No, I'm lying. It's starting at 10 o'clock. It's 20 minutes past 8 here. So in an hour and a half, we should start seeing that happening. But Aldrin Sampear is there. He's going to chat to the EFF about this. In fact, he's joined by the spokesperson, Mboyiseni Ndlozi. Aldrin, let's get a little bit more from you.
Well, yes, Leanne, litigants and their representatives have started to arrive here at the Constitutional Court. We have the Commander-in-Chief of the EFF, Julius Malema, is here, as well as his deputy, Floyd Shivambu, who is also here at the Constitutional Court. We have the DA, it's James Self, is also here at the Constitutional Court, as well as other representatives of the DA. Actually, right now, I'm joined by the Deputy President of the EFF, Floyd Shivambu. Mboyiseni just quickly had to run. Floyd, thank you so much for joining us. We understand that thousands of EFF members are expected to march here on Constitutional Hill.
Yes, by 11 o'clock we'll be having thousands of fighters who are going to come to resound the voice that Zuma must pay back the money, because we've been saying this since we arrived in the National Assembly and the NCOP, that the president must pay back the money as is instructed by the public protector. So now it's going to be the voice of ordinary people who are coming from all walks of life, from all over South Africa, who are coming to say that Zuma must pay back the money because the public protector said so, and there's no legal basis for such a decision to be defied by anyone, not even a sitting head of state.
Don't you think the issue around pressing for the president to pay back the money is a non-issue right now, considering that he's already indicated that he is willing to pay back the money?
No, look, we know that this current offer is not a genuine offer, it's a decoy. He is saying that we must allow him to instruct the Auditor General and whosoever to determine whether he must pay and how much he must pay and all those things there. He's still putting a decoy like he did with Parliament, like he did with the SAPS, like he did with the Minister of Police, like he did with all these decoy programs which have been engaged in to try to run away from paying back the money. So we want the powers of the public protector to be affirmed by the Constitutional Court. That is part of our prayers, that the Constitutional Court must say that the public protector's remedial actions are binding and that Zuma must pay back the money as is instructed in the report of Secure and Comfort. So that is what we are here for, and we are confident that at the end of this process, Zuma would have paid back the money and he would have been given orders to adhere to the Constitution and the Public Protectors Act as is required by our praying papers.
Let's quickly speak about the Auditor General being involved in this process. It wasn't part of the recommendations of the Public Protector. The Public Protector had recommended that Treasury as well as the SAPS decide what amount or determine what amount the President should pay. Eventually, the SAPS then said that the President is not liable to pay anything. The President then came up with another recommendation, which is now the Auditor General. And this is something that you guys are not disputing, having the Auditor General involved in this. Even the Public Protector has welcomed this decision.
No, look, we have, as the EFF actually objected to the involvement of the Auditor General, what we have proposed is that the SAPS or the Minister of Police must no longer be involved. Let us allow National Treasury, as is instructed in the final report of the Public Protector, to be the one who determines the amount which Zuma must pay. We do not think that there must be suggestions of any additional role players, particularly by Zuma, because he is conflicted. He is trying to run away from paying back the money. So we do not want involvement of additional people. We want those that have been instructed by the remedial actions to be the ones. But the SAPS can't, because already Nhleko has created a bioscope which was trying to justify the expenses and expenditures in Nkandla and created an impression that Zuma is not liable for any payment, basically arguing that everything else that was built in Nkandla was a security feature, whilst it is not. So it's one of the things that we are going to be dealing with when we go into the court when it starts now at 9 o'clock.
The other thing that you guys are asking for in that letter that you sent to the Constitutional Court is that you want the President to concede that he is in breach of his office, that he didn't uphold the constitutional foundation of the office of the Presidency by ignoring the recommendations of the President. Of the Public Protector. Of
course, that is part of our prayers. It's prayer number 4 that says that We want the court to declare that the president admits that he has violated the constitution and has breached the oath of office by ignoring the remedial action of the public protector, which is established by the constitution and by the Public Protectors Act. We need him to admit that he has breached the constitution, because throughout in parliament we have been saying to him that do not defy the constitution. Everything else that you do must be within the confines of the constitution, and Zuma has been ignoring that. Now we're here at the highest court in South Africa to now ask for a declaration that in all the things that he has been doing, he has breached the constitution. And it's not only, by the way, on the aspect of the public protector who has breached the constitution, it's even on the concrete findings. Section 96 of the constitution places an obligation on all public representatives to be custodian jealously of our resources, and Zuma was not. He was cautioned when the expenses in Nkandla was 40 million. He let it go up until 240 million, even more than that, and he never did anything. So public resources were wasted because Zuma was inactive. He was not jealously guarding the public purses as is required by the Constitution of South Africa. So we're here to declare that he has breached the Constitution and oath of office. And you know what happens to people who breach the oath of office. He must step down. He must be removed as a president.
Well, there you have it. That's the Deputy President of the EFF indicating that they want the President to step down. And we guess that's what the call will be beyond the Constitutional Court ruling, even though the President has decided to pay back the money. Leanne, it's back to you in studio.